Hello, I want to show you how to edit your class list in Achieve 3000. Whether you need to remove a student from your list because they have withdrawn from school or moved to a different class, or if you need to add a new student to your class list. So, first we need to, of course, log in to our Achieve 3000 account. We're going to go up here to the Admin button, which is where we need to go for lots of things. And we're going to click on User Administration. We're just going to open up that little triangle there. And let's start by removing a student maybe that has withdrawn from school. So to do that, we want to go where it says Edit District, School, or Class Information. We're going to click on the hyperlink for the word class because we want to change our class information. Now you won't have this screen. You'll go straight to your class list, but I have to select a school first. And then you'll see your classes listed, and you want to come over here and click on Edit in the Users column next to that class. Once you do that, you'll see your whole class. By the way, there's lots of things you can do in this particular screen, lots of different settings that you can change, and you can do it quickly for multiple students all at once. But in this video, we're specifically focused on removing students from the class. So let's say that this was my original class roster, but we're a week into school now, and I know that a couple of these students have withdrawn. I just need to check off their names, whether it's 1 or 5 or however many students you have. And if they have completely withdrawn from the school, then I'm going to choose to permanently delete them. That's actually kind of important because it will keep their data from showing up when we run certain reports. If you remove them just from your class, then it's not going to show up if I run a report on your class or if you do. But if I'm running grade level data tracking, which I do often, in fact I do that monthly for the school board, they would still show up. So we want to permanently delete them. If they have just moved to a different block of your class or different section, you can remove from class. That will keep their information in Achieve 3000, and then you can follow the procedures to add them to the proper class at that point in time. Okay, so I'm not going to actually click on either one of those, but those are the buttons that you would select. It'll pop up a little "Are you sure?" message, and you can agree to that, and the task is done. Now, if I want to add a student to my class, I'm going to go back to Admin, and I'm still in the User Administration area, but this time I'm going to select Add Users to my class. Again, you won't have to select the school, but you will have to select from the list of classes that you have listed under your name. So I'll select a class, I'll click Next, and then right here you have this button that says Add. So you click Add. Now, listed over here are going to be any students that have been active this year or last year. They should, under Recent Users, they should show up in this list. You can scroll through and find them. When you find them, you can select the name and then click Add to Class. You can actually select multiple names if you would like by holding the Command key or the Control key if you're on a PC, and selecting names. The only tricky part about this is that if you accidentally let go of that key and click on something, you've lost all of your highlights. But if you hold Command on a Mac, Control on a PC, and then click the ones you need, you can add multiple students to your class all at once. Now let's say you can't find the student you're looking for. Let me just click off of that. Let's say you can't find the student you're looking for in this list. You can do a search over here. I usually recommend searching by last name because there can be lots of variations in how a first name might be listed. But you can search by last name. Maybe they just haven't been active and it's just not showing up in this list. So that's another way you can look. If it's a brand new student to our school system, they probably are not in here anywhere, and we have to actually create new users. Now this little button, you always have to scroll to find it. So a lot of people don't see it down there, but you scroll down and click Create New Users. This gives you just your standard fields that you need to fill in. Required fields are the type, so it would be student, first name, last name, it will generate an automatic password for them. You can set any of these that you want to set as well, but it is necessary for you to put in a student ID. It doesn't have that marked as a required field, but it actually really is important because that's how we make sure we don't have duplicates. Even students with the same first and last name are going to have a unique student ID number. So you'd want to look that number up in Harmony, their lunch number, state student ID number, and you'll want to enter that into this field as well. That's really important for you to do. So you can list however many students you need to there. Then you click on Save Changes and Close. What's really important is that once you get back to this screen, you have to scroll back up to the top and click on Return to Class List. If you don't do that, then you won't get to the next step. You have to then click Next, see the class list, and the new student you added should be listed, and then click Finish. Once you've gone through all of those steps, the student will have an account and will be associated with your class. Always make sure, even if it is a brand new student to Riverton Park or Montezuma or Rosedale, always make sure that you try and find the student's name already in the system first, because it is possible that another teacher or Jill or I have already added that student into the database. So always look for them first before you create a brand new user. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to give me an email or a call. I'd be happy to help you out.